Hey YouTube, today we're going to do spark plugs on a 2008 Mini Cooper S R56. So the Germans at it again, being fucking assholes. The spark plugs have 12-point design. So you're going to need a special tool, right? If you can find a special one, which is a 14mm spark plug socket, then good for you. But I went ahead and just got a normal 14mm deep socket, and it worked just fine. Obviously the spark plug doesn't stay in it, right? So you get the point. Anyways, new spark plugs, there's a part number right there. You're gonna need 4 of them, since this is a 4-cylinder for those of you that just drive the car and have no idea what's under the hood. Alright, so I'm going to get to doing this spark plug change. I'm going to show you all the steps, all the tools, so that you can go ahead and do this at home by yourself and not have to go to the dealer and get ripped off, or any other mechanic shop and still get ripped off. So let's get to it. First thing you want to do is open up your new spark plugs, grab some feeler gauges or the spark plug little donut thing, and you always want to double check these are supposed to be pre-gapped, but you want to double check the gap and make sure it's correct. So on here we're at approximately 20. 26 is a tad loose, so I'm going to try 27 and see. So you just slide these in the electrode like so. Alright, so it's in between 20, so 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, so NGK has them gapped way too damn big. So we're at 25 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 5 is 29, plus 2 is 31. So we need to shrink this down to a 27. So if you don't feel comfortable doing this, go find one of your friends that has mechanical experience. So I just need to shrink it a little bit. So we're going to press down on this electrode a tad and then shrink it down, double check it, make sure it's good, and then move on to the next one. Alright, so first thing you need to do, here are your spark plug coils. Okay, they have these little doors. You just pull up on the back, push, and that pops the wiring harness right out. Just go down the line. Super simple. Anybody can do this. Don't pay BMW to do this stuff. Then now there's a rubber tab right here. Just grab this, pull up, and it slides right out. So do that for all 4. Doesn't matter which one they came out of, because they're all exactly the same. Then you're going to take that 14mm 12-point, go down here with a decent extension. I had to use a 6-inch into 3-inch, so, and it should come out. Be sure when you're taking the plugs out, make sure that you can actually touch the engine with your hands and it's not burning you, because if it's too hot you can tear the threads right out of this aluminum head, and I'm sure that's not cheap to get changed since it is a European car. So you're going to do all this all the way down the line, pull out the plugs, and then I'll show you how what we're gonna use to put in the next set of plugs. After you get the gap correctly set to 26, 27-ish, you're going to go ahead and take some anti-seize. Just put a small little bit on the threads, like so. Just enough to make sure that it's not going to get stuck in the future. Then you're going to, since I don't have the spark plug socket itself with the rubber O-ring, I have to put these in by hand. So just take a pair of needle nose, just drop them right in. Hopefully you can see. Anyways, so then you're going to take your socket right here with the extension. Go on nice and slow. And you're going to want to use like 2 fingers, because if you use any more pressure than that, you might cross thread it and damage your head, and you don't want to do that. So just put it down all the way to the bottom by hand, which should take a minute because they're very long threaded spark plugs. Then go ahead and use your ratchet. And I like to use 3 fingers on the shaft over here and 1 on the front side, and I just give it a nice little tug. With 1 hand only, don't use your other arm, don't torque the shit out of it. And then just go nice and smooth until your hand stops. And all good. That's it. If you want to be overly safe, you can go ahead and use a torque wrench, no big deal. A lot of people use torque wrenches. But I've done enough in my past that I can tell when you're done on an aluminum head, when enough torque is enough. So if you're a beginner, then go to the store, grab a torque wrench, go online, find the torque specs for your spark plugs, and go ahead and torque them with the torque wrench. So after that, go ahead, take the boots that you already put the boot protector on, and just slide it straight down on top. You're going to make sure this lines up in between the 2 plastics. Push down, give it a nice little wiggle. Plug in. When you push it in, it'll automatically tilt this down a little bit. Then you just lock it into place. Now do that for the last 3 and you're all done. That's it. So until next time, wrench on.